Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. And we should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody. Welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader weekly broadcast. I am Sami Abasad, Director of Education at T3 Live. We're going to be going over the market and we will be going over some amazing swing ideas for next week. But before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you'd like to download a copy of my free ebook, link for that is in the description below. All right, let's get started and welcome to this super sunny California day. I mean, wow, I feel like I need to put on my sunglasses. I don't know what's going on in my own house. But at any rate, we're going to be looking at some charts. We're going to be looking at some swing ideas. If you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button. And if you have any questions, email us info@t3live.com. Again, info@t3live.com. So here we go. The market continues to be on fire. As you can see, especially the Qs, the NASDAQ. Wow, what a move up. But the NASDAQ is a bit extended. I'm especially worried about Tesla because it's way overbought, far from the 20 MA. Just made, or I don't know if it made new highs, or yeah, I guess it looks like it closed, or yeah, closed at new highs for the year. Very far away from the 20. So we could see a pullback in the NASDAQ and especially in Tesla. The SPY though just broke out. So the SPY is not extended. The IWM just broke out also, not extended. So we might see a rotation out of the tech stocks and into the small cap stocks. Out of the tech stocks and into maybe the regional banks, because they also too just bottomed, just broke out. Look at the DPST. Look at the BNKU. Those are the medium-sized firms, companies. So we might just see more of a rotation, money rotation, sector rotation, rather than money leaving the market. And that's my prediction for the week, is we would stay bullish, but we would see the IWM, the Russell 2000, maybe even the S&P 500 lead over the NASDAQ, because the NASDAQ has already been leading and is already overbought. That's my theory. We'll see how it pans out, okay? All right, so now on to the ideas that I have for next week. I posted the watch list. I posted a more extensive watch list in the description. But those are the ones that I'm going to go over with you. So the it's APPS. AAP is another stock. AAP is actually a disaster. Here it is. It's not Apple. AAP is Advanced Auto Parts. APPS has an hourly base breakout, so I like it over the base. Whatever the highest point is, I can check for you. But basically, it's over 960. Stop under 910. 960 by 910, and target would be, minimum would be this bar's low, which is $11, okay? I don't love it, but it's not horrible. Here's something that I think is better. BHC has a daily buy setup, so I like it higher, over 842, stop under 796, okay, as a daily buy setup. Like it a lot. I posted also a few items from the China stocks in the description. So here's a couple of them. I like BIDU, I like EDU. I posted a few more, I think, in the video description. Check them out. I talked about, in last week's video, I talked about how the yen I thought was bottoming, and what a pop the last couple of days. 2 huge green bars in a row. I mean, this wasn't a big green bar, but don't forget, we had like a 10% gap up. So they're already, the yen and the CWeb are already at a target, basically. If you're just swing trading them, then you got your target in 2 days, basically. But longer term, I think we might have just bottomed on the China stocks, and so here's a couple that I like a lot. Baidu would be over 135.50, stop under 132.17 as a 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart. Exact same on the EDU, but EDU is a little bit more bullish. Would be over 42.80 by 41.60. Okay, long. If as a swing, would target one would be about 45, but as a longer term trade, oh, it has plenty of room. Okay, so a couple of China stocks. Then we have CCJ. I had a call on the CCJ back here when it was doing a beautiful buy setup, because I really like the CCJ on the longer term charts, on the monthly, on the weekly, and it broke down the next day or put in a big red bar. So I canceled it, and I wish that I hadn't, because the day after it would have triggered. You know, it popped and that would have been the trigger, but I had just canceled it and boom. And then, you know, it just boom, another big pop. So I like the CCJ longer term more than short term. A lot of the plays that I go after, I actually like long term. Now, if I see in the short term that I need to exit, I'll exit some. But I like the CCJ long term. I like it higher over 31.02. Stop would be under 29.89 as a 1, 2, 3 on the daily chart. DraftKings is a little bit late. The original entry should have been right about here, but the problem with it was the stop. Stop would have been down here, so big stop. It worked, but now has another buy setup, beautiful uptrend, and the new entry would be over 25.15. Stop would be under 22.90. Okay, on the DraftKings. Looks good. It's not a very pretty pattern, but the trend is really nice. Okay, that's the DraftKings. ETNB, similar idea in that the trend is super, super bullish. The pattern, the short-term pattern isn't amazing. So my suggestion would be, as a breakout over everything on the daily chart, stop right here, and I think it shouldn't get taken out. This trend will likely not fail for a while. If we look at the larger time frames, let's take a look at the weekly. I mean, that is a super nice weekly chart. Okay, that's very unlikely to fail. That's a really nice monthly chart. Target on it would be about 20, you know, up here somewhere, 20, 26, 27. Okay, on the ETNB, the EVA is the complete opposite. It's been falling apart, but it is stabilizing, as you can see, and it's trying to break out. It's trying to pop. So I like it over, I think 11 something. Oh, I could be wrong. No, it's over 9.75. Stop would be under 8.19. So over 9.75, stop under 18. And then once it clears the highs, then there's no real resistance all the way up to at least the gap fill around $20. That's what I like about it, is that before it encounters any kind of resistance, once it pops, it really has room to, it could double, has room to $20. That's the EVA on the weekly chart. FSLR is doing a daily buy setup. FSLR has been in a very, very bullish uptrend, as you can see. So over time, I mean, last year around July, just less than a year ago, was a $60-some stock. It's 200 today. So it's extremely bullish. Now, we had the big gap up the other day, like a few weeks ago, and then it gave the pullback. So now, why should you not take that pullback? Because it was too deep of a pullback. So they usually fail. So I didn't take it, but it's not failing. It didn't fail. And now I am willing to take a shot at it over the red bar, stop here, and higher longer term. I mean, it's just so bullish, FSLR. Okay, PGY is interesting, like in terms of, you know, what do you if we were to compare it to something, it'd be most comparable to the EVA. Okay, in that you have the downtrend, the long-term downtrend, and the stock is just trying to turn the corner. So I like it over the base, stop under the base. The issue is, where's the target on it? Well, the first target area is not too far above. That's the biggest problem, is I don't think this is going to move up long term. You know, I don't think it's going to work long term. So if we were just going to play it as a swing, then it has limited target 1. Target 2 could be around 2.5 or so, maybe 250. But first target is small, small room. PTGX, another one of those super trends, has a daily 1, 2, 3 long over that bar's high, 28, 26. stop under 27.27. So it is a $1 stop, or stop right here, okay, and just try to ride that super trend, because sometimes they double, they triple before the trend is over. Okay, that's the PTGX. Rocket, messy. Okay, the chart is messy, but notice the 45-degree 20 MA, that blue line. So it looks nice. If we look at the monthly chart, it ended the downtrend. So this thing dropped from like $70 to $7, 90% loss, and then it bottomed, and then it put in a monthly sell setup, and the monthly sell setup is now failing, and it has that first higher low on the monthly chart. So I like it higher long term, I really do. And so in this case, long over 21.90, stop under 19.96. So it's a it's almost $2. It's $1.80 is the stop. So it's a big stop, but long term. As I said, I like the banks higher, the regional banks. Schwab is interesting over, but the reason why I don't have them listed here, I have a bunch of them actually, but the reason why I don't have them listed is because it's late. You needed to get on them on Friday or sometime last week. I actually got stopped out and I jumped back in on Friday. But Schwab is one of the only few that is not too late to jump in, and the entry for it would be over 54.70. Stop would be under 52.30, 37. Okay, so it's a big stop. Target about 60, somewhere here, maybe 59. TGT might have bottomed. TGT turned really bearish. It broke down on the monthly chart, but it printed also how many bars in a row? 7 red bars in a row, and it's trying to transition on the hourly chart. So I like it higher right here over Friday's high. Stop just right here. It's not my favorite because I think it probably has more downside, but for the time being, could it bounce to 140? Easy, I think. Could easily do it. A W is already an open position. In the newsletter, printed a 123, so I called it long. It triggered and now has another 123 entry over $45. Stop under 42.39, and then target 50 and maybe 55 on W. And then lastly, we have the Z, which I played and I took a stop on it. I did the buy setup here, and then it took out the lows and I got stopped out, and then only to see it pop right back up the next day. So now I'd like to give it a second try over here, long, stop right here. Why do I like the Z so much? I don't like the daily chart that much actually. I like it because it's one of the few stocks that haven't really bounced very much after a 90% drop, or I don't know how big the drop was, but it was significant, and it's trying to transition on the monthly chart. So that's why I like the Zillow, not because the daily chart looks so pretty, it doesn't, but I think it might be bottoming. Redfin also not too bad either, but Redfin is a more difficult daily chart. I mean, the entry, where would the entry be? It's already up 3 bars in a row. Up here, stop down here. It's too big of a stop, doesn't really have a great pattern. The entry should have been like over here, which I didn't like, so I didn't do it. But here's the monthly on it. I mean, it's also interesting, down so much, but I would rather go with Zillow, to tell you the truth, over Redfin. I don't have any bearish watches for tomorrow. I scan every day after the close and find new watches every single day. But for now, I don't actually have any bearish watches. This is like the first time ever. So only bullish watches. All right. I hope you enjoyed today's video. And again, I hope you are doing well, enjoying the sun. I mean, this is so bright today. Like I said, I feel like I need to wear sunglasses in my own house. I'll put the shades down, but I put them up for the video. Anyways, thanks for sticking around till the end. Again, if you found benefit in today's video, be sure to hit the like button and check out the links in the description if you're interested at all in learning more about my services and what I do, and email us with any questions, info@t3live.com. Take care, everybody, and go Nuggets. We'll see you next week. Take care.